Hey, what's up guys? I'm Jacoby from JacobysJourneys.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at freeze-dried meals, specifically Mountain House. It's my favorite brand. These are really convenient, easy to use. All you need is some hot water, mixing it up, wait a few minutes, and you've got a reconstituted meal ready to go. So when it comes to freeze-dried meals, there's a ton of different brands. Mountain House just happens to be my favorite. But there's a lot of brands, for example, Wise Company, Backpacker's Pantry, Patriot Pantry, and I've even tested out some from Mexico. So all of these are good, but Mountain House I believe is the best, and so we're going to talk about some reasons why. The Mountain House factory is based in Albany, Oregon, which is actually my home state. They've been making freeze-dried meals for over 50 years, beginning back during the Vietnam conflict when U.S. Special Forces put out a request for a better, lighter, and longer-lasting freeze-dried food. After winning the contract, Mountain House, then known as Oregon Freeze Dry, began pumping out long-range patrol rations for the troops, even to this day. So when the Vietnam conflict started winding down, Mountain House had a number of these meals still available, and they started selling them to U.S. surplus stores and civilians, and that's when the Mountain House brand as we know it truly began. And during these 50 years, they've become a world leader in freeze-dried food, with state-of-the-art facilities and technologies that helped bring Mountain House to the top of their market. So that's just some of the basic history behind Mountain House, so let's go ahead and take a look at the package and get into the product itself. So taking a look at the front of the package here, you can see they list the name of what's inside, how much protein it contains, and the net weight of the package. And then flipping it over to the back side, you can see they list the nutrition facts, as well as the ingredients in the meal. And then lastly, the step-by-step instructions, which is really straightforward. Basically, pulling out the oxygen absorber packet, pouring in some hot water, sealing the bag back up, waiting a few minutes, and then enjoying a nice hot meal anywhere. Alright, so that's enough of the specifics about the package itself. Let's go ahead and take this outside, cook it up, and see how it tastes. Alright, so we've got a nice spot here to get this meal going. And I switched out the one in the studio. I've switched it out for this one. This is lasagna with meat sauce. I haven't had this one yet, so we'll both be basically seeing how this tastes together. I got my water set up, or my stove set up. So again, this one calls for 2 cups of water, 16 ounces. I got 2 cups of water. Let's get the stove fired up. And while that's going, I'm gonna take a look at this package. So again, this is the lasagna with meat sauce. It has 14 grams of protein per serving. Just an FYI, this was manufactured in February 2013. They have a 30-year shelf life, keep that in mind. So it'll still be interesting to see how something tastes that's almost 10 years old. You can see they have little notches on the sides, makes it easy to tear it open. So taking a look inside the bag to see what the food looks like before it's reconstituted. You can see there's some good sized chunks of meat, the noodles, it looks like tomatoes, and then the powder. Just giving it a smell test here. And it smells really good. It actually smells like lasagna. And also remember, before you put the water in, you're gonna wanna pull out this oxygen absorber that's down inside the bag here. And Mountain House also says if you forget to take that out, don't worry, it's still safe to eat. A lot of people do forget to take that out. It happens, but I wouldn't worry too much. Just do not eat the packet. That should go without saying. The water is getting pretty close here.
Moments later.
All right, we've got boiling water. We're good to go. Get this turned off and pour this into the bag. GoPro record video. And the directions also remind you to carefully pour the boiling water. So once you've got the water inside, you're going to want to get your spoon or stirring utensil. In the past, I've had these little spoons. This is a little bit short. You're going to want something longer like this. These are perfect. And basically stir that up, get the powder mixed in nicely. See if I can get it on the camera without it fogging up. Some people I know will add a little bit less water, so that way you don't have to worry about it being a little bit too soupy. And you can add water after the fact. So getting this stirred up nicely. Make sure you don't have any chunks of that powder sticking in the corners. But it smells great. It actually smells really good. So we've got it stirred up well. Now you're going to want to close this bag up, and it has this little zipper going across the top of it. Seal it up, And then this says to let it stand for 8 to 9 minutes. So we'll set that down. And every meal is going to be a little bit different. Like I was saying before, the amount of water they take, the amount of time to let it sit. Most of them though are going to be about 10 minutes. Other brands might have some that are 15, 20 minutes, but this is all going to vary depending on your altitude. So now we're going to set a timer and wait for 8 minutes. So while we're waiting for that to reconstitute, I thought I'd mention this little pocket stove I have that you saw here cooking it up. I have another video about this. These things are really cool. I think they're like 10 bucks or 15 bucks. So it's probably a third or a quarter of the price of the MSR Pocket Rocket. These things work really well. I recommend checking that video out. I'll put a link to it. Super handy to have, super cheap. All right, we're coming down to the final 10 seconds. That'll be about 8.5 minutes. Then we'll give it a taste test, see how it turns out. All right, now let's open this pouch up, see how it looks. It's a little bit thicker. Right off the bat, one of the first things I noticed that's kind of funny, super cheesy. You can see the cheese is pretty much just gobs of cheese. If you like cheese, then that's a good thing. Probably don't do this one if you're lactose intolerant. See if I can get a bite of actual noodles and meat with not so much cheese. All right, here we go. Let's give this a taste. There's a lot of cheese. You can see on the spoon, it's super cheesy. It tastes like normal lasagna if the lasagna was a little bit kind of mashed up. Yep, it's a good one. Again, with Mountain House, you can't really go wrong. I mean, read the reviews about ones before you pick one out. There's so many different kinds. Some of them are super popular, maybe a little bit higher price. Some of them a lot more simple, cheaper. Yeah, so I think this is definitely a winner. If you're looking for a good option, lasagna with meat sauce is a good one. The Mountain House freeze-dried meals actually taste really good. It's not something you might expect from a reconstituted food. And other brands, I think they're still kind of figuring that out. But again, since Mountain House has been around for so long, they definitely have it down. So not only are these meals really compact and light, most of them weighing between 4 to 6 ounces, but there's also a huge variety of meals to choose from. Everything from scrambled eggs to lasagna to breakfast granola, and they even offer military MRE rations, but they're a bit harder to find. And when you buy these Mountain House meals, another thing to keep in mind is the style of the packaging or the age of the package. So today, like we had, this is an 8-year-old package. These ones have a 10-year shelf life. But then you get to the newer models, these ones are ones that will have a 30-year life. So make sure that you check that out when you're buying these. You know, some sellers, they might not tell you that it's only a 10-year or a 30-year. If you go to the Mountain House website, you put in the name, the product number from the package, it will tell you how long that package will last. So for me personally, I like to stick to the meals that I know will last for 30 years. So for example, this Pro Pack, this was made in 2020, so I know it'll be good until 2050. I've also been asked before, well, how much do you pay per meal? So for example, ones like this can go anywhere from $10 to $20 for one meal. But I've found that if you search out on eBay, Amazon, sometimes sporting goods stores will have a buy one, get one sale, or maybe they're trying to kind of clear out the older stock. You can get them for closer to $5 a meal. So that's generally my price point. I like to stick around $5 a meal. And for me, that's an affordable price. And another option, if you're trying to get these meals a little bit cheaper, or maybe you need a quantity of them, Mountain House also sells these larger boxes. So these are called the just-in-case emergency meals. And you can see in this box alone, we have 3 beef stroganoff, 2 scrambled eggs, 3 chicken and dumplings, 4 lasagna, and 3 granolas. So it's a total of 15 pouches, coming in at about 3.5 pounds of food. So this case, I was actually able to pick up from Costco for about $80 with free shipping. So typically I do eat the Mountain House, but that's not to say I don't eat the other brands as well. So if you have a particular brand or style that you would like to see reviewed, leave it down in the comment section below and I might be able to do another video about that one as well. And I'll leave links down in the description box below to my favorite meals, and any purchases through those links will help support this channel, so thank you. And thanks again for watching. Hit subscribe if you haven't. I upload new adventure travel and gear review videos every week. And remember, life's about the journey, not just the destination.